Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Well, to some non-Trump news now, and Tesco says it will create the UK's leading food business after buying the wholesaler Booker in a £3.7 billion deal. Tesco's boss said the move would benefit consumers, retailers and small businesses, as well as its own shareholders. But, say analysts, the merger could face scrutiny by competition regulators. Here's our business editor, Siobhan Kennedy.
Booker. It's one of the UK's biggest food suppliers you've probably never heard of.
Our commitment to our customers is to improve choice, price and service.
Its sprawling cash and carry outlets supply food to convenience stores, restaurants, pubs, hotels and schools. With so-called food on the go, the fastest growing part of the market, Tesco is keen for a piece of that action, which is why it's spending £3.7 billion to gobble the group up.
In the last 10 years, we eat more out of home, we eat more on the move, lifestyles are changing. And therefore, what we're trying to do is think about how it is we can meet that need by changing our business from what it traditionally was to where it is our customers want to buy and consume foods.
Booker supplies just over 1 million small businesses, pubs and restaurants, including chains like Wagamama and Carluccio's. It also supplies about 7% of the UK's convenience stores through its Budgens, Londis and Premier brands. Tesco, of course, is the UK's biggest grocer and itself owns about 20% of the convenience market through its Metro, Express and One Stop brands. The takeover means it will now own or supply more than 9,000 stores, nearly a third of the convenience store market. Shops like this will continue to operate as franchises and won't, for now at least, sell Tesco branded food. But they will have access to the same Tesco suppliers and could offer Tesco payment, mobile or even banking services in future. If the deal goes through, this Londis and 5,500 other convenience stores like it will be owned and supplied by Tesco. Now, the name on the front of this store won't change. It'll still be called a Londis. But Tesco's influence over Britain's high streets certainly will. And it's that tightening grip that has some people worried. So what will happen to all those other small convenience stores on the high streets? Presumably they will be competed out of business.
Well, actually the facts are that in the convenience part of the marketplace, it's actually a growing part of the marketplace. And so we don't see the impact that you're suggesting.
If I go into Londis now, I'll be potentially buying from a Tesco supplier. You will benefit now from a bigger slug, a bigger ownership of the high street than you did before.
But more importantly, and why the rationale for this deal works is the customer who goes into that store will be even better served than they are today as a result of the combination of these two things coming together.
Some food producers, like this dairy farmer, are also worried for suppliers.
It's frightening. It's really bad news for all suppliers, not just farmers. With all big companies, the bigger they are, the more bargaining power they got, and it all comes down to the supplier. The supplier has to supply it cheaply.
After years of retrenching, closing stores and an ugly accounting scandal, Tesco has surprised the market with a big, bold acquisition. But it's one the competition authorities will examine carefully.
I've been getting